Hey, what is going on, people? This is Hellbent, and welcome back to Trolling with AutoHotkey Episode 3. As usual, in these videos, I normally give them an arbitrary rating from 1 to 10, 1 being barely a nuisance at all, and 10 being you're likely going to get murdered in your sleep if you do this to somebody. I'm going to give this one a rating of about, let's call it 4. So you're probably not going to die tonight in your sleep if you do this to somebody. Anyways, as usual, in order for you to complete this, you're going to need to have AutoHotkey installed on your computer in order to write AutoHotkey scripts. So if you don't have AutoHotkey, just Google it and go to their site and download the scripting software. You might also want to use an editor, better than just plain Notepad. So I'm going to be using Site for AutoHotkey. It's a free editor that you can use with AutoHotkey. If you don't have it and you want it, you can just do a Google search and check it out. Right up here is the spelling. It's Site for AutoHotkey. So just type that into a Google search or whatever search engine you use, and you can get a copy of this. So anyways, this one I'm going to be calling the switcheroo. So before we get started with what the prank's going to be, we need to do a little bit of setup with our script. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make our script single instance, then we're going to hide the icon from the tray, and then we're going to set up a hotkey that you can use while you're doing this prank, so that way you can toggle it on and off. So if the person that you're doing it to calls you over and says, hey, look, this is what's happening when I'm doing this, you can just toggle it off and then show them, no, nothing's happening. And the last thing, we're going to create a hotkey to exit the script just by pressing a hotkey. Alright, so let's get that out of the way. So first, single instance force up at the top, and then no tray icon, then our hotkey, and then a hotkey to exit the app. So we're going to press Control plus R, the right mouse button, to suspend and unsuspend this script. So let's go through a couple quick examples. Now, I'm sure that you're going to be able to come up with way better ideas than I have if you put any thought into it. But here's what I have anyways. In this first example, if the person is typing and they happen to type out a comma, it'll change that to actually typing out the word comma, literally. We can expand upon that with some more punctuation, where if they type a period, it'll replace that period with the actual word period. Or how about backslash, and it'll replace it with backslash, forward slash. And you get the idea. You can continue on with these kind of things with normal punctuation. What about, let's change it up a little bit. What if the person perhaps types out the $sign? So if the person types out a $sign, we can replace that with dollar bill, y'all. All right. How about if they type the pound key? We'll replace that with hashtag YOLO swag. Or this next part, you're going to need to know a little bit about your intended victim, and you can create a list of multiple people. So what you're going to do is you're going to have their name. You're going to use their name as the search term, and then you're going to replace it with something like, if they type in Bob, you'll replace it with my name. If their name is Jane, replace it with your name, and you can change that to whatever you want. So if you have a friend over or whatever, and you have this script running and they're trying to use their email and they type in their name or whatever, it'll replace it with my name. For example, if they're Bob, it'll replace it with my name, and they'll call you over and say, hey, whenever I type out my name, it replaces it with my name. And you're like, huh? What? That doesn't make any sense. Of course it's your name, right? Anyways, and a couple more quick examples. You could do something like where if they type the number 1, it replaces it with the word 1, or perhaps if they type out larger numbers, you can have it actually do addition. So if they type out 2, you can have it replace with 1 plus 1. Right, and the options are endless. You can continue on and have as many of these as you want built in. Now, if you do plan on, what I suggest you do is, if you want to do this a couple of times, just include a couple of these into a script, and then maybe wait a couple of weeks and then create a new script with some of these in it, and so that way you can do this on your victim multiple times. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed. Let's run a quick, I'll show you what it looks like anyways. We'll do a quick test. So everything's running right now, and if I press Control plus the R button, on my mouse, it'll suspend the script. So the person, let's say the person is typing something out, they type out a comma, and then literally it types out a comma, right? They do it a couple of times and they say, okay, something's weird, it's not working properly. They call you over to check it out, and all you do is quickly just press Control plus right button, and then you're like, I don't see a problem. It seems to be working fine to me. And then you walk away after activating it again, and they go back to that. Or if, they type out their name, and it replaces it with my name. Jane, your name. They're doing some math. 1 plus 1. Anyways, you get the idea. I hope you have some fun with it. Let me know some of the things down in the comments that you have done with it, if you do anything with it. And anyways, I'll see you guys on the next one, which will be whenever. Have a good day. See you then.